Hey, what is going on, guys? It's the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life is the digital asset space. I am not sure why that is showing up on my screen. That is very, 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 very odd. But anyway, guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are having a good night. Hope everyone is well. Where is my thing here? There it is. TJ Jackson is in the building. What's up, TJ? Good to see you. Grab Barlinghouse is here. What's up, brother? That is so weird. What in the world? Why is that on my screen? And I can't get rid of it. That is odd. That is very, very odd. Interesting. Any case, what's up, Coco Crypto? Good to see you. Yeah, guys. So the title of the stream is Generational Wealth Wednesday, the best golf club or the best swing. We're going to talk about that a little bit. The best golf club or the best swing. The best digital asset or the price of digital assets, right? We're going to talk about that a little bit. Hang out, have a good time hanging out tonight. Boy, I tell you, the market is still doing its thing for sure. But we're going to talk about that. Mr. XRP All In, how you doing, bro? I'm doing great, brother. Good to see you. I've got my banner up here. Got to have the banner up here for this particular show, right? It's good to see you guys tonight. Absolutely. TJ Jackson said, be back in 30. Okay. Oh, okay. You guys were here early, huh? I didn't even notice I saw some people here early. Rocket Man was here at 6:19. TJ Jackson at 6:30. Gotcha. Just what I need. Good to see you, Crypto Insomniac. TJ Jackson got your favorite libations. Yes, sir. Indeed. I got some ginger tea, my friend. Some ginger tea. It's good to see you guys tonight. Stream early today was really, really cool. That is so very odd. It's just hanging out there. Oh, man, that is so weird. Good to see you guys today, man. I hope everything's good. I hope the market's been good for you. Let me see something here real quick on BTC. Yeah, so 11,265. Nope, 11,247. Ethereum was at $321. XRP 24.5 cents. Interesting. Cardano's 13 cents. Boy, they are making a move for sure. Crypto.com coin. Wow. Binance coin is at $19.98. Interesting stuff there. So the market's still doing its thing. Bro, XRP is in the building. Yes, sir. We are already rich. Just keep your eye on your Exodus wallet. Yeah, no kidding, bro. Indeed. Love that Exodus wallet, right? Good to see you, bro, XRP. Good to see you. Matt LaRoche is like, what? Are we talking golf? Only as an analogy, my friend. Only as an analogy. Michael Branch is here. What's up, Siege? What's up with you, Michael? So Matt LaRoche, it's good to hear from you, bro. Yeah. Oh, Matt, I don't know if you've been on the stream for a while. We will have Lee from SPQR Media and King Solomon both here on the show this Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. UK time. Yeah, bro, that's going to be really, really cool. Little Miss Crypto Siege is making some pizza. Yep. Melvin McLeod, we are indeed. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, so we're going to talk about that a little bit, right? The best golf club or the best swing. Which would you rather have? The best product or the best process? We're going to talk about that a little bit for sure. Charlie G, everything's great, bro. What's good with you? Good to see you tonight, Charlie G. Yeah, Matt LaRoche, that's going to be a cool hangout. You know, I said we'd go for an hour. That hour is going to scream by. It's going to scream by, I'm telling you. It is going to swing by. Siobhan. Hey, Siobhan, how are you, miss? This is my first live. Well, welcome to the channel, Siobhan. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring that notification bell. You picked the good one to show up. Guys, welcome Siobhan. Do me a favor and welcome Siobhan to the channel. Siobhan, where are you checking in from, miss? Where are you checking in from? Yeah, so the best product or the best process? I think it's so important, right? Would you rather have the best golf club or the best swing? So I'm going to ask you guys, do me a favor, answer in the chat. Melvin McLeod already answered. He said the best swing. So would you rather have the best golf club or the best swing? Grab Barlinghouse, swing. Melvin McLeod said swing. What say you? Would you rather have the best golf club there is or the best swing? Lucky Lloyd is in the building. Let's see if Siobhan checks in and says where she is checking in from. That would be cool. Absolutely, right? So we're going to talk about that. And more importantly than that, we're going to talk the best product and or digital asset or the best process. That's ultimately what it really is about. A lot of great products, especially in the traditional finance space, especially in the traditional finance space, right? A lot of products out there. And of course, if we talk in digital assets, it's a lot of products, thousands of products. But if your process isn't correct, it's not going to matter. And I would ask you, since this is a digital asset channel, tell me about your process when it comes to choosing and distinguishing and discerning amongst all of the products that are digital assets. Tell me about your process. What does your process look like in choosing your product in the digital asset space? What does it look like? Do you have one? Do you go back and forth? You mix a little some of this in, a little that in. Tell me about that. What is your process? Tell me about your process, right? What is that like, right? So the answer to the question without question, right? The answer to the question without question is the best swing. You want to have the best swing. In order to get that best swing, you have to have a process to get there, right? You have to have a process to get there, right? I like that, Matt LaRoche. That's a great one. Bobby XRP Axelrod is in the building. What's up, brother? Good to see you, Bobby. I like yours as well. I'm going to have to share both of these. Matt LaRoche says, my process. And that's so important. We're talking about your process, not my process, your process, not the process, your process. What is it? What does it look like? Matt LaRoche says, my process has to be repeatable, no matter how unconventional. It must repeat and arrive at impact solid and squarely. Now, you sound like you're talking about a golf swing right there, my friend. Right? And so tell me about your process. And I love that. I absolutely love that. I liken it a lot to sports when I talk process. Let me show Bobby Axelrod first before I forget. Bobby XRP Axelrod says, partnerships, utility, fundamentals. That's his process for the thousands of products that are in the digital asset space, like BTC, like Ethereum, like XRP and Cardano, like crypto.com coin. right? What is your process? So very, very important on how you get to where you want to get to. The process, the swing is most important. It's the process. It's everything, especially in the traditional space. A lot of great products out there, right? Catherine Parson is here. Hey, miss, how are you? Good to see you tonight. I love it, right? Right? A lot of great products, especially in digital asset space, right? Especially in digital asset space, things like self-directed IRAs, great product. What's your process though? What is your process of discernment, if you will, from one self-directed IRA amongst all the other ones out there? How do you decide? Tell me about your process. That is so very, very important. And I was thinking about this. Like for me, a lot of times you talk about process, that golf swing versus the golf club. I used to play table tennis. I was big time in the table tennis, right? And as a teenager, traveled literally on a travel team all throughout the state of New York and other places on a travel team as a teenager, right? And it was a process to making that work and becoming really, really good and considered amongst, to be amongst the very best, right? Amongst the very best. In fact, the day we had, kind of the one day where we all kind of went, we all went that one day, who's the best? I happened to win that day. Right. And it's funny, I had beat a guy that 2 out of 3 times. He would always beat me 2 out of 3 times. He was considered the best. But it was one of those times where it was the trophy day, right? And because of the process, I was able to win that day. So it was really, really cool. But a lot of times in playing table tennis, and like professional table tennis, if you will, a lot of times people think it's all about the racket, right? It's all about the rubber on the paddle. But ultimately, it don't matter. It's really the process. It's the person who does more forehands and more backhands and more chop spins and more serves that will ultimately outdo the rubber on the paddle of the opponent. Trust me when I tell you that. So it is all about the process. So it got me thinking, like, what can we talk about? What can I recommend as a book that would help you put together a great, sound, fundamental process? A great, sound, fundamental process. And I thought about a book. It's hugely, hugely popular. For some reason, I cannot find it in my house. Very disturbing. I have immediately ordered it on Amazon. Read that book years and years and years and years ago. Thought for sure I had it. I mean, I only moved 4 years ago. Like, where in the heck? Well, 5 years ago. Where the heck is my book? In any case, it is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen L. Covey. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen L. Covey. So, we went through 2 books, right? We went through Strangers in Paradise by Jason Grubman. We went through that book, great book, right? On how to deal with and prepare for, generational wealth, especially that sudden generational wealth. Went through that book. We went through the book Killing Sacred Cows by Garrett Gunderson, another great book. Dispelling the myths, the traditional financial myths, and kind of putting them in their place and understand that those were myths. Today's a new world and things are different in the 21st century. Things are different. I'm been really, really blessed to do things in business and the business model that I put together today in 2015, moving forward, even though the space it's been around for nearly 200 years. The way you did things in 1980 is completely different than the way you do things in 2020, right? Completely different. But the process of success is usually the same. right? And so that's a great book. So The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen L. Covey. Anyone read that? I think it's Covey. I say Covey because I knew a young lady named Covey. You were Forrest Gump of table tennis, my friend. Oh, man. I tell you, back in the day, I loved it. I ate, drank, and slept. I never forget when we went down to Chinatown and hung out with the young Chinese players and played with them. I'll never forget that. That was a thrill of a lifetime. And the way they welcomed us in was even more thrilling, was even more exciting. In fact, 2 of the guys actually ended up coming down and visiting our place in Manhattan, or the Lower East Side of Manhattan, and hanging out and playing together and teaching us different things. And yeah, and that was a really cool time. Really, really cool time. Yeah, absolutely. I am working and watching this live stream. Thank you for this video. This is great. Community to learn from. Everyone's positive and wants the best for everyone. Thank you, Catherine. I appreciate that. I'll share that. So anyone ever read that? You know what? And that's the one I have, Matt LaRoche. I don't know why I can't find my other one. Everything I wrote from that book came true, but not in the manner I thought they would. Let me see. I just picked that up too. Hold on. Oh, no, I got it. Greatness. I thought you said something different, Matt LaRoche. Okay, so you got Maximum Achievement. Who is Maximum Achievement by? Is that by Stephen Covey? I love this. Thank you, Catherine. I'm at work and watching this live stream. Thank you for this video. This is a great community to learn from. Everyone is positive and wants the best for everyone. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. I definitely do. Maximum Achievement, is that by Covey as well? So I have Everyday Greatness by Stephen R. Covey, not L, Stephen R. Covey. So the process, right? So that's the book that I think. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. You want a book that'll help you put a process together for achievement and for success. That's a great one. It really is a great one. Can I ask if anyone has ever read that book? Corey Anderson. Has anyone ever read that book? Good to see you, Corey Anderson. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Matt LaRoche, that's so funny. I love that, Matt. I hear you, brother. Matt LaRoche says, speaking of swings, I might have to swing by the bullion dealer later to apply my process of precious metals acquisitions weekly. I hear you, brother. I hear you. I do miss my gold and silver, I have to tell you, to be honest. So anybody, I hear that, bro. Anybody read the book? Just curious, just kind of taking a little kind of test for the people in the stream. Corey said, no, never read the book. Oh, Brian Tracy. Okay, gotcha. My business partner is good, very, very, very good friends with Brian Tracy. Somebody said they read the book. Catherine McClellan read it. Nice, Catherine. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, speaking of irrevocable trust, Lamar, we're getting ready to hook up with the estate attorney again. Miss Crypto C's is going to have to get on the Zoom this time so that we can iron things out and make everything straight the way we need it. But yeah, I like it, my friend. I like that. So we got some people. No one's read it. Also read Who Moved My Cheese. Yeah, who read my cheese? Read that. Who read? Also read Who Moved My Cheese. That was by wow, I read that book as well, and I can't remember the author's name right now. What is his name? Who Moved My Cheese? Why is that right on the tip of my tongue and I can't remember who it is? But I did read that a long time ago. I've been on the personal development journey for a long time. I love it. Lamar says, irrevocable trust for your kids. No allowances paid out until after they turn 40. Wow. Wow. Trust backed by real estate and stocks that will be around after your great grandkids pass. Hey, baby girl. Wow. I like it, bro. Trust backed by real estate and stocks that will be around after your great grandkids pass. I hear you, my friend. I love it. I love it. One big mouse. That's funny. I love that, Lamar. Good for you, bro. All right. So no one's read the book. Very cool. So there's essentially 7 habits to the book that I'll share with you guys. It's a really, really great deal. And I'm going to talk about 2 or 3 of them. So the highlights of the habits of that book that help you to develop a process, right? A good, sound, fundamental process is 1 is to be proactive. 2 is to begin with the end in mind. One of my all-time favorites. 3 is to put first things first. So to put first things first. 4 is to think win-win. There's a lot of people today in the space. Oh, goodness. They're not on the win-win thing. I can tell you that. More in competition than anything. Right? So think win-win is number 4. Number 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Number 6 is synergize. Nope. And number 7 is sharpen the saw. So we're going to talk a little bit about being proactive. We're going to talk a little bit about begin with the end in mind. We're going to talk a little bit about sharpening the saw, if you will. Now, a lot of people, some people might hear like, man, what's going on? Why this is a digital asset channel. Why are we talking about, the swing, and why are we talking about the process, right? And right, why are we talking that? And I would say to you, the answer to that is how you show up in one thing is how you show up in everything. Right? How you show up in one thing is how you show up in everything. So having a process, right, will help you in every area of your life. Having a process, right? It's how you show up for one thing is how you show up for everything. Right? Like, I love that so many of you here, everyone here shows up on Generational Wealth Wednesdays with an open mind, a positive attitude, willing to learn, but more importantly, believing that generational wealth is possible for you and your family, right? How you show up for one thing is how you show up for everything, right? Yeah, so in that book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, the first thing they talk about is being proactive. Thank you. Oh, thank you, baby. The first thing they talk about is being proactive, right? And the definition of proactive, I wrote the definition down. It says a person, policy, or action. So a person creating or controlling a situation by causing something to happen rather than responding to it after it happens. That's very much true in the digital asset space, right? That's what FOMO is about. That's exactly what FOMO is about. People, something's happened. It's up 700, 900%, and you get in, versus, and I was a perfect example of this. 600% FOMO'd in. Here was the challenge, right? I had a process, right? Look at a project, look at the team, think use case. Check it, right? So for me, I want to know, where is this going to fit? What need is this going to fill in the marketplace, right? And this is about 8-hour foundation, right? So, I'm looking like, whoa, kids, yes, they're going to be all, you talking about and filling a need in the space. How about keeping kids occupied and learning at the same time, but keeping them mentally occupied and learning and sitting down, playing a board game for hours. That's a need in the marketplace, right? And so, and I had the process, looked at the project, saw the need, looked at the team. I didn't realize about the $2 billion that they raised in the ICO. And I cut my process off because after I did all of that, I didn't purchase it right then and there. I didn't move on it right then and there. Didn't follow through on my process because it checked all the boxes. And then discover it because someone from the channel maybe commented and said, you should really look into this. He just gave me the letters, EHRT. Looked into it. I'm like, oh my gosh. See, I didn't even know that the 4-letter or 3-letter name for it at the time. That's how early it was when I was looking into it. And I looked at that and said, oh my gosh, I looked at this thing months ago, right? The process wasn't there. Didn't follow through on the process. Right? Didn't follow through on the process. So being proactive, again, a person creating or controlling a situation by causing something to happen rather than responding to it after it had happened. Right? Now, again, we've done this in the digital asset space as a whole. Don't get me wrong on that. We've done it as a whole. I mean, we're early, right? We're early. And listen, it's not all bad to get something for half a cent or 0.6 of a penny. The world hasn't come to an end, even though you missed out on 600% return. So in any case, right? So again, how you show up for one thing is how you show up for everything. So very, very true, guys. So number one habit to talk about is be proactive. Be proactive in your process. Be proactive. Right? Be proactive in your process. And the other thing that I want to talk about is what we talk about on this channel all the time is in everything that you do, begin with the end in mind. Begin with the end in mind. You know, we teach and train a lot with people talking to them about a 5-year vision statement. A day in the life 5 years from now, what would that look like? Could you write out your ideal day, your ideal champion day in your life 5 years from today? What would you want that to look like? Because why exit strategy? Like, why have an exit strategy? Why have a wealth strategy? What is it that you want ultimately 5 years from today? If you could write that out, what would that look like? Right? What would that look like? Have you ever tried that? You guys should try it. It is great. It is great. Me and Miss Crypto Siege did it, and we get ready to do another one. It is great. 5 years from now, a day in the life. What would you want that to look like? I mean, you would just start out. Today is July 29th, 2025. I wake up in the morning, I do what would that look like? Like literally everything. Everything. What house? Where's the house? What do the floors look like? What do the curtains look like? Tell me about your kitchen. Is there a pool? Like 5 years from now. Right? Because in everything you do, in everything we do, we begin with the end in mind. That's part of the process. So number one out of the 7 is be proactive. Number 2 that we talk about is begin with the end in mind. I would love to hear that you guys took the time one day and did a 5-year vision statement. What I want my life to look like 5 years from today. What would it look like? You guys gonna have some nice cars, big house, 2 houses, 3 houses? What is it gonna look like? Your foundation started, your philanthropy work is started. 5 years. Tell me about that day. 5 years. A lot of people pick their birthday. So they take their birthday and they go 5 years from their birthday. So this way they'll be able to say how old they are. They'll talk about the day, what, all of that. Are you in great health? Are you ripped? Are you shredded? What's your body percent? What's your body fat percentage? What color is your hair? I don't have to worry about that one. What color is your hair? Are you a U.S. citizen? Or do you have a couple passports like Deep Mind talks about? Purple Chris says, I'm planning on getting an RV. Let me share that. Where'd I go? I'm planning on getting an RV and hitting all the dispensaries. A big bar in my shed. How about that? Melvin McCall says, I'm going to buy the autonomous cars and let them Uber for me. Very nice. But if you could do the whole day, 5 years from the date of your birthday, from the time you wake up, tell me about that day. What does it look like? Your ultimate ideal life, right? So number 1 is being proactive. Number 2 is begin with the end in mind. If you're picking a financial product like a self-directed IRA or a dividend-paying whole life insurance that's properly structured, what is that going to look like 5 years from today? One of the best things you can do, I can tell you, we do things like, me and Miss Crypto Seeds do things like mind movies, 5-year vision statements. Of course, we meditate. She meditates more than I do, but we do meditate. Got to think about that. So what is that going to look like? Again, these are 7 fundamentals for a sound process. Digital Wealth says, I'm going to have my own company. Great. What kind of company is that going to be, Digital Wealth? You have employees, less than 50, more than 50 employees. Tell me about a day in your life, 5 years from your birthday. A day in your life, 5 years from your birthday. Not yet. Siege, I just started meditating. Oh, cool. Miss Crypto Siege would love that. Proud of you, bro. I'm telling you guys, it's everything. But if you want a process, if you want a great, sound, fundamental process for achieving success, a great place to start would be reading that book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. Bobby Axelrod says, skydiving in another country over an ocean. Oh, wow. How about that? Good for you, bro. How about that? A day in the life. Like, I would love you write it out, right? You write it on paper. Literally, from waking up, tell me about that day. From waking up all day. Tell me everything in detail about that day. 5-year business statement. It'll change your life. It'll change your life. It really will. It really do, right? So in everything, number one, be proactive. And number two, begin with the end in mind. Begin with the end in mind. And the last one we're going to talk about out of the 7 is sharpen the saw. Now, I liken this to something that I think it was not, maybe it wasn't Lincoln, but it was Benjamin Franklin said, if I had 4 hours to cut down a tree, 4 hours to get it done, I would spend 3 hours sharpening my axe and only 1 hour chopping down the tree. Right? Think about that, guys. If I had 4 hours to chop down a tree, I would spend 3 hours sharpening my axe and 1 hour chopping down the tree. 3 hours working on me and 1 hour working on the tree. Think about that, guys. 3 hours working on me and 1 hour working on the tree. Jim Rohn says something. He says, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Work harder on yourself than you do on your business. Work harder on you. Sharpen your skills. Sharpen your axe. Right? Develop the skills. Right? That's part of a great process right there. Sharpening your axe. Right? GDLT is in the building. How are you, brother? Appreciate you being here. Best stream on Wednesdays, Generational Wealth Wednesdays. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you being here, my friend. I absolutely appreciate being here. For you guys who don't know, GDLT does have a YouTube channel. You should check him out. He does good work. Go check him out. Go sub. Go give him some support. We're adding value to the community, to the family. Whoa, Morris Prince is in the building. Right? Morris Prince is in the building. Forgive me, guys. For eating. Cadillac is here. Hey, Cadillac, how are you? Good to see you today. So those are the 3 things I wanted to share with you guys. Number 1 is the book. If you don't have a process for achieving success and you'd like one, that's a great book to start with. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen L. Covey. A great one to start with. You will not be disappointed, I promise you, in reading that book. You will not be disappointed. Trinity Brokerage, King Solomon, and Lee from SPQR Media will be on the channel Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So those are the 3. Be proactive, begin with the end in mind, and sharpen the saw. Sharpen your axe. Right? Spend more time working on you than on it. That is the key. Their Trinity Brokers is like, there you go. Just ordered it. I hear that, bro. That's what I like to see, my friend. That is what I like to see. It's a great book. Because again, why the exit strategy? Why? Without the process, right? Without that good fundamental process, let me put it to you this way. With a good fundamental process, it'll make the digital asset space that much better for you. It'll make it that much better for you. Right? It'll make traditional finance decisions better for you. It really will. It'll make it better for you. Like me and Miss Crypto Siege, we're going to sit down via Zoom with a state and tax attorney, right? Putting together some trust and different things. We're going to figure out what we want and how we want it, right? Start that. Have a great conversation. Now, I've talked with him a couple of times already, but now it's time to bring Miss Crypto Siege in and kind of finalize stuff and what that's going to look like, right? That's a process for us. That's part of a process for us. It's, important stuff that ultimately, important stuff we make, we sit down, we discuss it together. Ins and out, pros and cons. Does it make sense for where we are? How does it do this? How does it affect this? How does it affect that? How does it affect this? Right? Lacey Edwards is here. How are you, Lacey? Appreciate that. You guys do me a favor. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe. And subscribe to the channel as well. We're trying to get to 5,000 subs really, really fast. Really, really excited about that. And by the way, if you guys like to listen and tune in on, while you're driving, you can always check us out on every major podcast, whether it be Stitcher, whether it be Spotify, whether it be iTunes. And the name of the channel is The Crypto Siege. One word, Crypto CEEJ. For all you guys who like to listen in and do some stuff while you're driving or working out, yep, you can tune to that podcast and check it out later for sure. Definitely good to see you, Lacey. Raphael the Moore is in the building. What's going on, Raphael? How are you doing tonight, man? It's all good. Life is great. Life is absolutely great. So there it is, guys. I hope you get that book. I really do. But again, guys, forgive me for eating, but I have to get this down before a certain time. I'm doing the intermittent fasting. Crypto Keeper is in the building. How are you, Crypto Keeper? Good to see you. Raphael, brother, good to see you. Good to hear that you're doing well, my friend. Crypto Keeper, we're talking about the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, because we started out the stream asking the question, would you rather have the best golf club or the best swing? Would you rather have the best product out of all the thousands of products in the digital asset space, or the best process in choosing the products? So we talked about process. Yep. And another reason why we talked about that on the digital asset channel is, we believe, Crypto Keeper, that how you show up for one thing is how you show up for everything. Showing up with the process about you is a cool place to be. Crypto Keeper knows it. Best swing. There you go. And so we thought, I was thinking about what's the best book to talk about with the process that'll help people get a sound fundamental process. And I tell you, I came up with a good one. It's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. Great one. An absolutely great one. I hope this has been valuable to you guys. So the 3 out of the 7 that we covered were being proactive, beginning with the end in mind. I strongly encourage that you guys do a 5-year vision statement, a day in the life, 5 years from your birthday or 5 years from today. And you could do anything, you could have anything, you could be anything. Tell me about that. Write it down, 5 years. It's July 29th. I am 35 years old. I wake up in the morning to the sound of my children, right? Coming to pick me up, right? Coming to wake me up. Like a day in the life, 5 years from now. I encourage you to write that out, detail by detail. Where are you living? How many homes do you have? What are you doing that day? What's in your bank account? All that. I encourage you guys to do that. Begin with the end in mind. Alex Yeats here. What's up, Alex? Good to see you, my friend. Definitely great to see you. Definitely catch the replay, brother. About to end the stream. I got to get some more stuff in my face done before 8 o'clock. And so we talked about being proactive. We talked about begin with the end in mind, and we talked about sharpening your axe. So sharpening your saw, right? Sharpening your axe. If given 4 hours to chop down a tree, Benjamin Franklin, I believe, said, I would spend 3 hours sharpening my axe and 1 hour chopping down the tree. Right? What's going on, Z-boy? Right? So sharpen your axe, sharpen your saw. Jim Rohn said, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Work harder on yourself than you do on anything else. Work harder on yourself than you do on your business. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Sharpen your axe. Develop the skills, he likes to say. Develop the skills. All right, guys. So yeah, let me know if I saw that one person ordered the book. I believe that was the Trinity Brokerage ordered the book. Yep. Let me know if you grab that book, guys. Love to hear what you guys think about it. I believe in terms of a sound fundamental process, helping you get to that. That's a great foundational book. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. All right, guys, listen, I'm gonna get out of here, run out of here so I can get some things done before 8. It's been a great hangout. Thank you so much for hanging out on Generational Wealth Wednesday. Your process will make your exit strategy better. Your process will make your wealth strategy better. Your process will help you put together your wealth team, wealth advisory team better. Make sure you guys get a sound fundamental process for achieving your generational wealth. All right, guys, listen, thank you so much for hanging out. Remember this, old money don't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya.